Diddy's son King Combs has done some very revealing interviews in the last few years, and you won't believe what he just said about family life at Diddy's house, and how crazy his life as Diddy's son has been. King Combs is the stage name of Christian Casey Combs, Diddy's youngest son, but he's actually the eldest of three children that Diddy had with Kim Porter, who tragically passed away from pneumonia in 2018. But before and since that devastating family loss, he's done some pretty cool interviews where he revealed what it's been like being the son of arguably the biggest mogul in music. And as you can imagine, he has some insane memories of growing up way more exciting than an average childhood. I mean, he literally grew up in hip hop music videos and made his first music video appearance in the Bad Boy for Life video with huge global stars like Shaquille O'Neal, Ice Cube, Black Rob, and Maze. He feels like he was born to make music, and he apparently loves having a calling to live up to the Bad Boy legacy. He feels truly blessed to have been born into such a culture-defining moment like Bad Boy. And King Combs even told The Fader that he feels like he got to know his own family better through listening to the music his dad was making. Obviously, not many people get to experience what it's like growing up in that kind of environment, and you'd probably guess that this has to have both good and bad sides to it. But King Combs seems like he's just really appreciative of his life as Diddy's son, which is actually how all of Diddy's kids seem to feel, based on interviews. So what exactly did King Combs reveal? Well, he told The Breakfast Club about the fun side of his family life, like how he and his brother Justin have dance-offs all the time with their dad, and he said that Diddy still has some pretty good moves, but that he rates himself as the better dancer. That was until he remembered that his younger sisters had been dancing with Diana Ross, so maybe they were the best dancers in the family after all. It was insane listening to the kinds of names that King Combs mentioned throughout these interviews, but I guess that's just how it is when your dad is Diddy. He also talked about his budding music career and how Diddy set such an amazing example of how to handle himself in the studio, in the industry, and in the spotlight in general. Apparently, Diddy encouraged him to put more songs on his debut album than he had initially intended to, but King Combs still said that Diddy is usually the last person in his circle that he asks to listen to new music. It must be pretty hard trying to earn respect in music in your own right when your dad is so famous. And King Combs already has the ear of people like Jay-Z and Lil Kim, even though he only started releasing music a few years ago. But in the interview with Angie Martinez, King Combs said that he doesn't mind the pressure that comes with being Diddy's son, or even when people say he looks so much like his dad. And let's be honest, he really does look so much like his dad. He even remembers that he viewed him like a superhero when he was younger, and he still sees his dad as being that guy. But even with all that, King Combs just comes across as very level-headed overall, and also really mature for his years. Although he did reveal that he's been feeling bitter about one thing that happened in the family empire. He said that he got pretty jealous of his older brother Justin, who got the family's restaurant business, Justin's, named after him. And even more because the restaurant included King Combs' own favorite soul food dish on the menu. But he said that the family is not generally competitive and that he's never had a fight with Justin or Quincy. It sounded like he does generally respect Quincy, who's been having success with music and TV shows, but he refused to tell The Breakfast Club who the better rapper was between the two of them. So it seems to me like he has a playful sibling rivalry with his older brothers Justin and Quincy. But when it comes to his three younger sisters, he revealed that he loves being their big brother at home and helping them out, which I thought was really cute, even though he said that the girls are so clever that they usually go to each other for help with homework and other stuff, and that Jessie, one of Diddy's twin girls, is actually the funniest member of the family. King Combs also said that he was very protective over his sisters when it comes to boys at school who might be interested in them. He even joked that he would drive up to their school to give out a public warning to any potential boyfriends not to mess with them. So it seems like he is just as family focused and protective as Diddy is, which is pretty nice to hear. Judging by all these interviews with his children, King Combs actually told Angie Martinez and The Breakfast Club about a crazy incident that happened at the house one time. He said that Diddy kicked him out of the house for waking up too late for breakfast, because apparently Diddy hates to see men not working or being productive. So even though it was a gloomy day outside, Diddy told King Combs and his friend Ralph to get outside of the house because they were just sat there eating cereal. So they both had to get out of the house and spend the night sleeping in King Combs' Bad Boy studio. It was a pretty funny story, but it just goes to show what Diddy's work ethic is like. And it's actually kind of cool to hear King Combs say that his dad would never let his kids be typical Hollywood kids who get to relax too much just because their dad is so rich. King Combs did say that he still definitely has fun and enjoys his lifestyle, but that he wants to get his own home and not just live off his dad. It also sounds like he has really good people around him in his career and at home. He said that he does stay close to his family because he's super worried of people wanting to get near him and get things from him because of who he is. Which is kind of sad because nobody likes to feel used. But that awareness has apparently helped him to have a close team of friends and cousins that he makes music with and grew up with. And if you look at his social media or any old photos, you can see that most people who he is around now were around years ago. So he's close with his friends, but it was also clear from everything he said that he has a lot of respect for his parents above all. It also really sounded like King Combs has learned so much from both of his parents. And the most emotional parts of the interviews come when he talked about how his mom and dad both set an example for him in different ways, and how difficult it was for the entire family after Kim's passing. He told Angie Martinez how rough it was after losing Kim in the beginning. He told her something he never told anyone before. He said that right when he heard the news about his mom, he was shocked and didn't know what to do. Then, just as he got in his car from the airport, his song Love You Better came on the radio, and he knew it was Kim talking to him from above and saying that things will be okay, which just gave him the faith he needed to get through such an awful time. It sounded like one of those insane moments that life can sometimes give us just when we need it, and I'm glad that he got that. And now he says that his family is even tighter than ever before, and they all moved under one roof and spent more time together after Kim's passing. King Combs told Hip Hop DX that Diddy deserved Father of the Year for the way he stepped up to look after all of them, which was really touching to hear. He also told Angie that he did plan to talk more about his struggles since losing his mom in future music releases. And he has already mentioned his mom in some of his lyrics since the interview, so I guess we'll have to look out for more of that. Apart from all of that, he also told listeners about how he actually enjoyed some very normal times in his childhood. This was when he spent a lot of time down south at his grandma's and cousins' houses in Columbus, Georgia, which no one really knew, so it was really cool to hear about, because he could see the differences between his life at Diddy's house and with his relatives, which helped him appreciate his life even more. Overall, King Combs just seems like a really down-to-earth guy, and it sounds like home life at Diddy's was pretty cool, and their closeness gave them all the strength to get through the tragic loss. But what do you guys think? Did you listen to the interview? And did you know that King Combs was following in his dad's footsteps in music? Let me know in the comments down below.